Hi chat, how we doing? Hello. We having a good day today? I'm here, sorry I'm a couple minutes late, I had to do something. But yeah, we made it. I'm a little bit more purple now. Isn't that fun and exciting? Hi. So, I spent another $20, I know. I did it, I spent the $20. And I fixed the skin tone, it's been annoying me all year. And now it's canonically accurate, I'm a little bit more purple now, I'm a little pale purple. You obviously saw me make my me, and it was actually me making that me that sort of caused me to have the decision like, nah, I'm gonna fix this now. I'm gonna fix my Minecraft skin too, because I've just realized that's still not purple either. But yeah. Oh, that happens sometimes, so. The fixing of the tracking didn't obviously fix the fact that my tracking software can just decide nah sometimes. But yeah. Now, there are also a few other updates that I haven't quite, you know, mentioned yet. One of them you have seen, however, let's just talk about it now. I have a confession, chat. I don't actually need glasses to see. In fact, not only that, not only are my glasses just like, you know, plastic lens or whatever that don't do anything, I can't even use them while VTubing. Like, it makes the tracking not work. So while I'm live, I actually usually look more like this. And now I can do that, you know? I can have the glasses turned off. Which, awesome, don't we just love that? Yay. But yeah. And yes, I do have other emotes I can do as well. And you'll see them over time, but as we will demonstrate now, here are the emotes I have. Angry, for when I'm feeling particularly angry at someone. Or, you know, you say something that, you know, just causes me to be in complete shock and... yeah, I don't know. Or, you know, if I'm completely traumatized by something you say. That could happen. And of course there's the blush. You know, when my girlfriend shows up, I love my girlfriend. Don't we just love my wife on this channel? And then, of course, there's one more thing that I haven't shown you yet. And you may notice I look a little bit shorter now. And that's not by mistake. I'm just a little bit short right now. But it's okay, because I can fix that height by just, you know, remember I am the queen of Styria right now. And what better way to demonstrate your queenhood than with your very own crown? That's right, chat. I have my crown. And here's what that sort of looks like on this, you know. In fact, there is one thing that we can do now while we're live. And that is replace image 7. So here's what image 7 currently looks like, as you can't actually really see. But if I just shrink image 7 down a bit, I can actually go properties, replace image 7 with something more recent. Which if I go art folder, maybe model 3.1. Chat. We can finally have image 7 also be more accurately placed. There we go. So if I were to delete, like, turn off my model, that's pretty accurate. Also, I need to rename my model in here to, where is it? Rename from model 3.0 to 3.1. Image 7 can be terminated for now. And of course, image 7 does exist in multiple dimensions, which we can fix. There we go. Isn't that wonderful? Yay! Huzzah! So yeah, chat, what do we think? I've got my crown now. I can finally display my true royalty. Fun fact, I am actually descendant of royalty in real life. Yeah. Just a little fun fact if you wanted to know that. But yeah, what are we thinking? I am really happy with these updates, especially my ability to do my little emotes. And I know my emotes are, you know, they are somewhat limited, and it's kind of annoying how limited my emotes are. And I don't have the crying emote, and in fact I've had to delete the crying emote from my Twitch chat until I can figure out how to make it properly again. I want to make it animated, but I can't quite get it to be animated, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. But yeah, I do want to do a 3.1.1 at some point over the course of the next month, if possible. I don't plan on buying the software again for a while, and if I do buy it again, it's probably going to be for a 3.2 upgrade, which I don't know when that would happen, because I am happy with the updates I've done now, and it sort of fixes everything I had an issue with, really. You know, it fixes the skin tone, it gives me my crown, it gives me access to some emotes. And also I don't have a lot of space left, like I have the 5 key. 5 doesn't do anything yet. That's about it. In fact, 0 doesn't do anything. Delete. Oh, delete does do something. Stream is not ending, chat. Frey? What does Frey do? Be right back. Chat, it's been too long since I last streamed. It's been a couple days now. Don't mind me, I'm just remembering it. So yeah, I have the 5 key. So I have room for one more, and I plan on that being my crying emote that I used to have. And I want it to be animated this time. And I will put in my Twitch chat. What actually happened to my goal? There we go. Don't know why that was gone. I am actually going to put in my Twitch chat all of my updated Twitch emotes, which look like this. I think they look pretty cool. It's literally the same emotes as before, minus the blush. Not the blush. The blush is still there. I can even do the blush now. You know? You know. But it has not got this crying one, but I'm hoping to add that as an animated emote at some point in the next month, if I can. So that's a little look into the future. But yeah. I'm glad that you can actually see the eyes properly now, because when I've got the glasses on, you know, a lot of that colour sort of washes away. But I spent a lot of time on my eyes, so I'm glad that I can actually showcase them. I also did try making the eyebrows purple to match, you know, my actual, like, natural hair colour here. But I decided it looks better with the brown eyebrows still. So we're just going to keep that as, like, a fun, natural thing. You know? I'm magical, I can do what I want, pretty much. Yeah. Whippy model upgrades looking great. And yeah, I guess today we can also not only talk about the model upgrades, but also just talk about how streaming has been recently and what I sort of plan to do with my new schedule system. I have next week's schedule ready, actually. I will say the time for Friday's stream is just incorrect. But everything else is correct. I forgot to update. 8 PM is when Saturdays end. But it says that, you know, it ends Friday next week, just because of the fact that I forgot to update that. But I'll update that. So ignore that. That's going to be a, that's going to end at 9 as usual on Friday. But everything else is correct. So this is what we will be streaming next week on the channel. So look forward to that. Tomorrow we will be doing some more Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. And then we'll be on Paradox on Monday. Obviously it's my, like, Paradox download, you know, so it's not as cool, but, you know, it's still something. Then we will be playing Pokemon Pokopia on Tuesday once again. And then on Friday this time, we will be playing Fortnite, as the new Zero build update is actually quite fun, and I am enjoying it. And also, I'm like level 50 something, and the season ends in less than a month, so, you know. That is, you know, my schedule for next week. And, yeah, while we talk, I'm actually gonna just, while I remember, fix that Friday. I have also, fun fact, spent today, I've spent like an hour and a half maybe taking screenshots of my new Vtuber model upgrades, and I'm gonna spend another hour and a half on it, probably either over the course of the next couple days. And that is for YouTube thumbnails. So I'm gonna have 192 possible screenshots to use. Basically using a combination of glasses on and off, crown on and off, crown is 6. I might change it actually so crown is / and that way that makes more logical sense, I think. Because I've got asterisks as glasses, but then / is anger, which is just like sure it works, but like if I were to do those top two as the outfit changes and the numbers all be my emotes, that feels like it makes more sense logically. I don't know what I've done. Okay. I think I've fixed it. File, save a copy. You may also have noticed, if you've looked at Twitter in the past, like, few minutes, that I now have an updated profile picture and banner on my content account. So that is cool. Let's pull up the... Actually, let's show that now. So, here we go. Here is my new profile picture on that account. And then if I go... Here is the header. Not the highest quality I've got, I will admit, but... It's something. And like... On Twitter it looks fine. And then, of course, I've now updated the schedule. So, yeah, this is what we will be doing next week. So, starting tomorrow, this is the schedule for next week. Once again, I am updating the schedule weekly, and we'll get into that now, actually, while it's up. So, basically, the idea with the weekly schedule is to basically give me the ability to play a larger variety of games as a variety streamer, whilst also giving me the ability to feel happier with what I'm streaming on the day that I'm streaming it. So I'm not locked into playing Minecraft on a Monday if I, you know, get a brand new Pokemon game and just want to play that for a couple days. You know, I could just play the same Pokemon game for 2 streams in a row. Or, you know, on Sunday, if I'm not feeling like playing my little Stardew farm, I can just hop on Tomodachi Life. I can assess the game that I'm going to want to play closer to the stream date, allowing me for more happier streams, which also means better content for you guys, and more variety of content as well. Which is great, you get more games on the channel. So, I'm happy with that, I hope you're happy with that. This is probably going to stay for at least a little while, you know. At least the duration of 3.1. Who knows, maybe with 3.1.1 we'll do some reassessing and lock some days in. But I think this is how it's gonna go for now. Okay. Okay. Yay! And here you can see an example of one of the many thumbnail images. Obviously it is a little rough around the corners, but as it's zoomed, like the edges, but you'll see it very small and zoomed out, so that's not like an issue. It's mainly an issue with these, you know, with these images here that you'll see in full screen. But yeah, it'll mean that my thumbnail images will have a little bit more variety in them in terms of the shapes and the colors and stuff that you'll see. Especially when there's stuff like the anger that, like, you know, protrudes out a little bit. Depending on, I guess not really, unless I'm facing to the right or left, so. But yeah, that, I need to turn the anger off. That is that update. What if I do that now? If I go expression editor. Okay. I want to, where is it? Crown. I'm gonna change to divide. Turning off the crown, I'm also gonna set to divide. And then anger. I'm gonna set to number 6. So, that... Okay, that feels a lot better. That makes more sense in my head. I like that more. Yay! We're working things out on the go. I made the impulsive decision to buy the software like 2 days ago. I colored everything in, I made it all purple, I bought the software, I uploaded the new Photoshop file into the old rigging, and thankfully everything just worked. You know, right on the go. I figured out how to add the toggles so that you can take off certain things and add certain things. You know, so I can now take off the glasses, add them back on, I can do the emotions, all of that stuff very easily with here. And then all there was to do was just make sure that I was happy with everything, update the emotes on Twitch, promote the stream, and get it sorted, get it going. You know, rather than, you know, it's not a 0.0 model, it's a 0.1, it can just have a smaller debut, it doesn't really matter that much. But then obviously to me it is as important as my old 0.0s, because, you know, it still costs money to do these upgrades, so support the channel and support my poor financial decision to upgrade for $20 to add a crown and some skin tones and some emotes and stuff. Yeah, by subscribing to the channel, as you can see below me. Whippy! My eyes are not happy right now, it's fine. But yeah. We have 40 minutes left of stream chat, so we can just keep yapping about the model upgrades and stuff. I am so happy with this. I cannot say enough how happy I am with my decision to upgrade the model for, you know, for the $20 spent just to have these little changes. The skin tone was annoying me constantly. The lack of crown was sort of annoying because I was like, well, it doesn't fit my lore not having a crown. And now I have a crown and it fits my lore really well with the design and stuff being like the little Galactican stars. There's 3 of them to represent the 3 children of Galactica. The middle one is the big one to represent, obviously, being the middle child in lore. Like, you know, there's a lot of lore implications to this, just a tiny little bit of design I've done, right? The glasses coming off, it's just something that I've been wanting to do. It's just a little bit of customization for a while. And fun fact, I'm not joking. Literally, all of these emotions here were originally meant to be toggles on the 3.0. I had designed them all, but I just never figured out how to add them to the 3.0. It took me, like, an hour to add them all to the 3.1. So that was really cool having them added, because, yeah, I'm just getting... The 3.1 is less of an upgrade from the original intention and more of getting the model closer to what I originally intended it would look like. Giving it a little crown, giving it the, you know, emotions that it was supposed to have. Having the ability to have the like the, what's it called? The glasses come off when I want them to. Just stuff like that. That just makes the model feel more personalized to me. Right? Obviously it is my model that I spent a year drawing or whatever. But like, just having more little personal changes that, you know, makes it feel more connected to me. Goes a long way. So yeah, that's what I've been up to since the last stream on Tuesday. Playing Tomodachi Life, living the dream. Whippy. But yeah. Who knows, maybe 3.2 will just be like a room upgrade. Or, to be fair, if it's a 0.1 or a 0.2 or whatever, that will be usually some kind of outfit change, right? Some kind of change to the design of the model, whilst keeping the model that I've got now, right? Like, this is the 3.0 model, but with a different skin tone and a, you know, a crown, and then also just a couple emotes added, right? A point, like 1.1 or a 1.2 or a 2.1, whatever, like, that second decimal will be reserved more for, like, small adjustments, like the addition of 1 or 2 emotes without actually changing the design of the model itself. Stuff like that. Yeah. So that's sort of how we're doing that. And then obviously if I were to ever do a 4.0, that means an entirely new model. That means, like, reworking the visual foundations of what my model looks like. You know? But I think we're in a very good position right now with the model we've got, that we can be working with this for a while. You know? I'm happy with it. And I've already, you know, since doing the 3.0 launch in June, I've already had quite a few compliments of the model. Thank you to everyone that's popped into the chat and complimented the model, you know, on your first viewing, any viewings after that, really. But yeah, I'm just hoping that as I get closer to my original intention, we sort of get more, you know, like, the model gets more nice, you know. People like it more, I like it more. You know, the more I like my model, I'm hoping that means the more everyone else likes my model. Yeah. Do I still have air physics? I can't remember if I ever added those. I think I do. Maybe I don't. I can't remember. 3.1.1, I add air physics alongside crying. Now that's a 0.1 update, if I've ever heard of one. I genuinely can't tell if I have air physics or not. Definitely have hair physics, which, you know, I love those. Skirt physics definitely exists. I'm very happy with the physics I've got, to be fair. Yay! The best part about doing just chatting streams, chat, is the fact that I can actually have VTube Studio open up on my main model, so I can actually see how I'm appearing to you guys. Isn't that just awesome? Very awesome sauce indeed. And obviously I can peer over to my right monitor whenever I'm looking right, or my Twitch preview, which is delayed and very tiny whenever I look to my left. Which means I'm not entirely, you know, starved for idea of what I look like when I'm looking in other directions. You know, I can, technically speaking, I can just look over at my chat on my right monitor and see how I'm looking like when I'm doing that. See that my eyes are not quite doing the right thing all the time. Not that they're doing the right thing in real life either. I mean, this is real life, chat. I am the virtual girl. Hehehe. Queen of Stars and Snow. Wonder where you can find those, huh? I don't know, Soraya is locked up in a dungeon still, so... She's not queen of anything right now. I mean, officially, her official title is Queen of Void and Life. Which, probably important things. I mean, Jupiter's, you know, king of, like, space and time. Or something like that. Like, I'm very specific with my, like, snow. Soraya is, like, you know, queen of literally emptiness and nothing. And then Jupiter's sort of very wide with his time and space thing. I mean, I have stars, which is pretty cool. Despite the fact that Storaya has Star in her name, but I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll get to the reasoning behind that, huh? Maybe there really is something else. What if Storaya was the queen of stars and void this whole time? What if I have other things that I'm supposed to be ruling over? But I wanted the stars for myself. Tehe. You'll never know. Hehehe. You will know eventually. Just you wait. I want to get into more Minecraft sort of content on YouTube, but I don't know how to do that as a variety streamer who wants to make sure that I prioritize my ability to play a variety of games. That's my dilemma. That's the dilemma of this whole situation. Especially now that I'm closing my forcing of playing Minecraft every Monday. I am playing Minecraft on Monday this week though, so that'll be fun. Back on Paradox SMP. I want to start making Minecraft videos though. I don't think this will be a finale of Paradox, but it will sort of be a soft finale, I think, before I get into something new. Who knows? Maybe I'll start doing videos on BLUESKY when we start that up. That could be fun if I treat BLUESKY as like Hermitcraft sort of style content. I could do that. I could genuinely do that. What if BLUESKY becomes the bedrock equivalent of Hermitcraft and we get really popular? That'd be fun. I'd love that. How long have we got? We've still got half an hour. We're balling on time. This is very exciting. Ah. Yay! I did it! I upgraded my model! Whippy! Yeah, I love these upgrades. And chat, we got the Sugar Cider music back in the background. Haven't had that in a while. I think maybe moving kinda slowly. Everyone is going fast and they're leaving without me. I don't know how to explain, but maybe I'm just lonely. My neck is wrapped in a blanket, darling, I am choking. I don't know how to explain, but baby, I am not okay. The sharks that swim inside my brain cut right in half till something changes. I've been trapped in the same 4 white wolves stuck in a body that is 6 feet tall. Might be large, but it makes me feel small. I don't think I can handle this all. Nobody told me that everything was gonna be strange. They just told me everything was going to be okay. I think that they're lying because I'm crying every day. No one said that trying was a challenge in its own way. Hi. Do you possibly have drawing tablet? I don't know. You would need to download the software. And yeah. Possibly. Is it still here? It's somewhere in my room, I hope. I don't know. Do you need it now, or can you have it, like, tomorrow, or, like... Because if you don't need it now, then... I can get it for you. Soonish. Okay, I'll get it for you at 8 o'clock. Is that okay? Can you wait 30 minutes, and then I'll come and bring it to you? Hi! Hydrate? Yes, will do. Well, grabbing my water made my tracking deactivate. $30 to play with it. What do you actually need it for? Rhythm game. Fair enough. You playing Osu? No, you gotta swipe the base, not click. Ah, fair enough. You could, yeah. Fair enough. Yay. Anyways, hey shit, how you doing? Just came to say hi for a bit as you're doing marking soon. Okay. Remember, I'm ending stream at 8 o'clock and then we need to be in call at past. Bit of a headache but surviving? Oh, I hope you're okay. Just waiting for your mum to set up the thingy. Yay, okay, I'm glad you're surviving. You're not too bad, Whippy. I'm okay, thank you. Just been debuting the new model stuffs. Whippy. Yay. Yeah. Other than that, just, you know, chilling. It looks really cool. Aw, thank you. Oh yeah. Love the new emotes too. Thanks. I spent so long on them. Haha. We got the upgrades. Whippy. And the music's back in the background. Everything's going great. What could possibly go wrong? I'm sure nothing could go wrong. You know. I mean, it has frozen several times so far, but I think that's more of like a needing to turn my other light on might help it. I think it just loses my face very easily and has a harder time picking it back up. Gonna do some marking now? Okay. Enjoy. See you later. Bye bye. We'll put shame in the background and do a shame. I will. Bye bye. Okay. We still have 23 minutes left of stream to just pretty much yap. Chat, do you have any suggestions of things I could add to the model in the future? I've got a month of the software before I've got to terminate my license before it makes me pay again. I don't know what I would add in that month, but there might be some things that are reasonable within that time frame that I could add. You know? What do I have? I have my crown, which I can take off. I have the glasses being able to come off. I can be, you know, very shocked in 2 different ways. There's the little blush. And I can get very angry at you if you say something mean to me. But that's about it. I do plan on adding the crying. I used to have a crying emote in Twitch, but I got rid of it when I updated the model because I haven't designed what the crying would look like and I've actually lost the textures for it. But I want to make an animated crying emote, which I would also be able to use on the actual model itself. But that would be a little bit of work. But yeah. Hehe. One thing that would be cool, but probably I don't have the ability to, would be like a little controller I could hold for when I'm playing games, but you know, probably not doing that. And I'd only I would probably do that with like a Switch 2 like pair of Joy-Cons and then just like, you know, have it only be when I'm playing Switch games. Would be how I do that, because, you know, otherwise I'm just never going to use the normal hands, which I designed and I like. Chat, I'm tired. Is anyone else wanting to go to bed? Long day. But yeah, I think the crying emote will probably be the extent of what I add, but if anyone's got any good suggestions, I might be able to find button space for them. But yeah. Prepare. I love the model upgrade. There's not too many differences, but also there's not too many similarities either. Like, it's... You can definitely tell it's a 3.1 and not a 3.0 because it's the same outfit and it's the same hair and it's the same face and that. But, like, you know, the little upgrades that I have done really do make it feel distinct. And like a different time period and a different era of me. Yeah. Love being a VTuber because I can just do the craziest stuff. Tell me a real YouTuber that can just make their forehead go, you know, completely traumatized. In fact, I can layer these. Yeah, chat, that is something I forgot to mention. I can be blushing and very angry at you. In fact, I can be all of them at once if I'm having a very confusing day. Although I do prefer to just do one at a time. If I do even need to overlap them, it would be these two. You want me to be Hatsune Miku? Because I want to hide in the Wi-Fi? That is a good point. But also I like my purple here. You ever think about that? I think purple here better suits my aesthetic, you know? Goes well with my crown. You ever think about that? It goes well with my crown. If I had blue here, that would just be too much blue going on. I've already got a blue cardigan. And I've got blue undertones in my tights as well. And in fact, like, you know, like... Yeah, did you think about that? I know I did. I do want to add some things to my room, because currently all I've got is a stop sign and the flags. I can do better than that. It's just redesigned. What I changed was Alright, so my model previously looked something like this, except the skin was closer to my skin in real life, but now it's purple skin, and I have a crown, which wasn't there before, and I can take my glasses off, which I couldn't do before, and I have all of these emotes that I couldn't do before. But other than that, everything else is the same. It's just more canonically accurate, plus also more emotive. Just lets me be more expressive with my model, whilst also letting it follow my lore better, having the crown and the better skin tone. But yeah, it is the same, I say. Like, I recolored the Photoshop file, like the skin in the Photoshop file. Then I added the crown, and I just put that over top of the... Like, I replaced the original Photoshop file in my live 2D editor with the new one, and it just worked. Didn't need to re-rig it or anything. Just worked right from there. Which is good. Love when that happens. I also love when I have to reopen the settings so that it can see me again. Hope that can get fixed soon. Yay. But yeah. I hope people are actually live later, because I haven't been able to raid anyone, like, at all in the whole week. Because everyone keeps not being live on the same days as I am. Lumisar should be live. It's Saturday. I'm pretty sure Luma's live. We can actually verify that. Let's see. Where are my DMs with Lumisar? It says she's live, but it's saying that she's doing her stream from yesterday, which just means that it hasn't updated. I guess if I go into the... Oh, that's the thing. She normally goes live at 8 o'clock, so she'll be live... Hold up. Automod... Why does Automod hate you? Hold up. I don't know why it even... Okay. Is your stream good luck? I was playing that before and was getting 80% accuracy and now getting consistent 90 plus. Yeah, it's good luck. You know what they say, if you're watching the channel, you get better accuracy in shooter games. You find more shiny Pokemon in Pokemon. And you have a higher chance of getting Ender Pearls and Eyes of Ender in Minecraft, you know? You just get good luck in all of your games, really, and higher skill. Hashtag subscribe. No, chat. I broke my streak of every day this week remembering to have Gorobot in the chat. No. I knew there was something I was forgetting. It's fine. I'm getting Gorobot in now. It's a little late, but at least they're still gonna be here. You'll still be able to do exclamation mark commissions. It's fine. Just give it a minute. StreamerBot is actively... Alright, GoraBot is in the chat. Supposedly. If I go... Exclamation mark, C-O-M-M-I-S-I-O-N-S. That should... Yay! It's in the chat. I did it. I remembered to bring GoraBot in. Yay. But no, yeah. Slight plug that my commissions are open. You can get me to draw for you for the low price of... What did I set it to? $50? Something like that. I can't even remember my own pricing. I think it's $50 New Zealand. Which is actually relatively cheap. Yeah, it's $50 New Zealand. Plus an extra $10 if you want to add a second character. Okay. Chat, we're doing pretty well. I think we're chilling. Yay. Okay. Okay, chat. I am pretty happy with how everything's going. What have I got on my clipboard right now? I don't know. Exclamation mark wowzers should be a command for no reason. What's the reason? It can't be for no reason. There's gotta be something that you want. Hey, thank you for the follow. I can't pronounce follow anymore. I said follow. Chat bully. Oh, I need to update my alerts. No, you're showing me the stuff. Thank you for the follow. It's the stuff that I forgot to edit. Damn. Of course there was something I forgot to edit. How are we doing, chat? New people here, I am Tundra Galactica. I am a little indie VTuber that sometimes has my hair do random stuff like that. Ignore that. And yeah, for the most part, you know, I just do silly stuff. I play a variety of games. And yeah, that's pretty much me. You good? I'm fine. My hair just does silly stuff like that sometimes. The model just sort of crashes out. But it's fine. It just happens sometimes. At least I've got my brand new crown, you know. We're winning in some areas. But yeah. Okay, I am gonna also have to update my what's it called? My alerts. I didn't realize that they were gonna still be outdated. I forgot that I even had my alerts. Were you not following me this whole time? Chat, my own brother wasn't following me this whole time. You found a bug? What's the bug? And it did the alert again. Okay, weird. Please don't do that again though, because that will get annoying if you keep doing it. I only have a follow alert because I'm not popular enough to get follows constantly throughout my whole streams. Eventually I will have to turn the sound off for it when I get too popular. I will have to fix my alerts. I will do that. Don't worry, chat. My model is breaking again. There we go. We're fine. Alright, chat, in a few minutes, hopefully Luma will go live, and we'll send you over to watch her. Might want to check my follows. What do you mean by that? Are you meaning the new ones? I don't know what you're meaning. You're going to have to elaborate on that. Oh, that. Okay. It's fine. If you just leave them alone, then they'll eventually disappear. It's not a good idea to try and delete them yourself. If you delete them yourself, then what ends up happening is, you could accidentally delete real followers. I probably just got follow botted. This has happened before. But if you wait a while, Twitch eventually gets around to it and fixes it. Yeah. What they want is like a big reaction. If you don't give it to them, then they just, you know, waste their money. But yeah. Did they just waste money and give me another 100? Damn. Okay then. There are DC servers that do it for free. Do what for free? What do they do for free? I don't know what you're talking about now again. Oh, okay. That's fine. They're wasting their time if they do that. I'm sure there are better things they could be doing with their lives other than botting some random VTuber. The other hard thing is if someone, like, you know, I've got real followers coming from today, obviously, so I can't just bot any follower that came today, right? Because otherwise I'd lose, you know, real people like you that's just existing here. But Twitch will eventually get rid of the fake people. But yeah, it is 8 o'clock, so we're gonna see if we can raid BLUESKY. I'm gonna hope that she's live. She's not. Is she going live today? Can I see Luma's, like, schedule? Let's see if we can find BLUESKY's schedule chat. Because if she's gonna go live, like, any minute, then... Like, yesterday she went live at 2 past, right? She's not going live today, she's streaming tomorrow. Okay. That being said, that means that it's time for us to go. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now. See ya!